What is going on? It is your lovely host Pags back at it again. You see my mink coat, folks. I'm not messing around. You know. Golly. I wanted to instill some Australian lingo. You know, might just go take a dip in the drink, you know. That's code for saying I'm gonna go swim in the ocean. Is actually what that means. Guys, but today's a huge day. Celebrating 10,000 views on the channel. Let me show you guys. Or not a huge deal, but boom, happened. 556 views. Had a short get a few thousand views. Either that or I bought them all. I'm faking the entire channel, guys. I just wanted to be a really cool software engineer. I faked it all. It's all fake. All these views are purchased. I'm lying about code. Yeah, the whole thing's a gimmick, folks. No, teasing. It was actually huge for me to cross that 10,000 mark. I'm listening to instrumentals. Let me get fired up. But folks, huge accomplishment for me. I used to play music professionally. I used to do that professionally, producing records out the wazoo. I've got a whole Spotify deal. Not with Spot. That sounded way cooler. But anyway, I used to do music a lot. So let's see, Ryan Paglio, music, boom, sold out some shows. And point being is it took me forever to get to 10,000 streams. Forever. Like 3-4 years. And the fact that we're 3 months into the channel and we're crushing it is pretty awesome to me. It's why we're wearing the mink jacket. It's just a blanket. But it's a mink coat for purpose of this. Boom, that's me. It's me on a sold out stage. Pretty crazy. But yeah, we had to change direction in life, you know. Went down the software route, and happy I did. So celebrating 10,000, folks. That's unbelievable. I remember literally trying to get 5 subscribers and like 100 views was the very first goal of this channel, and just absolutely nuts. So things are looking up. I'm very grateful, very humbled. Yeah, learning a lot on the way too. I think that's the coolest part. So, but anyway, let's dive into the project management system. Kind of behind the scenes, I'm building some stuff. I'm learning more about what I need to for this SaaS product as a whole. Kind of the webhooky stuff. But this is what I worked on a ton behind the scenes, was just these 3 columns, where you could see how basically if I go to our Kanban page now. Well, here, let me slow down. Let me unpack what this system is. I know sometimes people are new viewers. It's a project management solution, just basically like a Trello, a Jira, just a little bit more UI and UX friendly, something that I would enjoy. So that's why I built this, was literally because I don't like the user experience on Trello. So, but anyway, the point is we have these projects that we build. So maybe this is like a new project you're working on. And your project is going to have tasks associated to the project, and you could iterate through your projects very quickly and see which tasks are in progress or which ones you need to do. And the thing we were working on was just being able to update the tasks by dragging them to this column. So it actually works now. If we see this one's a high priority new task, if I drag it over here, it doesn't live update. It's not live reactive, but it did fire off the function, and we should see that task now over in the in progress column. You can see there's some bugs. Yeah, I'm getting 3 errors here, but there's a lot of stuff going on because you have a project ID, you have a user ID, and then and projects have users. Users have tasks, and tasks also belong to projects. So it's a many-to-many relationship. I'm not sure what these bugs are, so I did have one idea of reconstructing some of this after we figure out the Kanban draggable stuff, so we'll go over that in a sec. But you can see that task is now in this column, but it's not in the order. It's not the tail end where I dragged it. It like popped up here. It didn't happen live. I can't like drag them and reorder them here, so it's not the best experience. And the whole reason why I built this was to have like a really smooth, proper experience. So I was working on this where you could reorder them really easily, and The other thing I need to work on though is I should be able to drag it over here and do the same thing, reorder through all of these. And then finally, one thing that recently popped up was I want to actually be able to drag the columns as well and reorder the columns very easily. That would be perfect if I can get those 3 things working. It's a little tricky. So that's what I've been working on, but this is coming out really well. This little reordering. So very, very stoked on that. Yeah. So a lot of big things coming down the pipeline. Very, very excited. So what I could do today is wrestle more with the drag and drop stuff, or I could fire up another project, the data scraper. So let's fire open the data scraper. Let's see how this is gonna go. Ready, boom. Because we've worked a lot on the project management system, and it's coming together. It's starting to become a real thing. So I just want to build it. It's obviously not on AWS. I haven't put it on like Elastic Beanstalk or anything. Or certainly haven't built out any EC2 instances or any serverless anything. Reason being is like, let's just see if we can even get to 1,000 users before building out for, you know what I mean? Let's just start small. You know, that's why it's just deployed on Vercel. But this project over here, she is pretty. I will say she is a pretty one. And it's simple so far. So maybe today what I want to do is build out more of the pricing page. I think I built out these 3 cards. And I don't know what's going down over here. So I just want to clean up some of this project. I kind of just built it on the fly and didn't really, I don't know. I probably didn't use the best code practices. It looks really clean though, but you can see there's weird bugs and things. So I kind of want to clean it up just a smidge and then maybe integrate some webhooks. I need to do that. I really need to do that. So I think that would be proper. Here's these base package pricing cards. I want to get webhooks integrated in this. I think that would be a huge win today if we can do that. If we could just clean up some stuff and get webhooks. The other thing I just built in Honeydew's application is this generate report functionality. So we are definitely going to do something very similar on this. This is going to be very, 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 very closely related to that functionality and a few other things. I don't want to talk about it too much though, because these are actually SaaS products I'm going to take a crack at building in full scale selling. So I know a lot of people are asking for the code and stuff, and I am happy to give out code outside of personal SaaS endeavors, because I don't know if that becomes an issue. I don't want it to be an issue. So some of these things, but other things I'll completely give out. I have no problem doing. It's just some of these I do have a bit of a problem. So let's see what's going on here. This type of code I don't mind at all. This is just like, you know, you're structuring out code, not a huge deal in my opinion. But let's see, in-app. Oh, this is not in-app. This is going to be out of the app. So let's see. I have no idea what this is. Like this little code block deal. Let's see. But yeah, if SaaS products and stuff don't work or whatever, then I'll happily disclose the code. I wouldn't want that to be the reason why someone's like, oh, I don't want to buy your product because you already gave it all out. That would not be fair to do to myself. Okay, why these two are super close and then this one's super close. So it's just kind of sloppy altogether. So let's dive into some of this stuff. Like I said, it was kind of built really, I don't want to say quickly, but it was just kind of thrown together as fast as I could like realistically piece it all together. So looks like we have a huge gap here and then not a gap at all below. So I have no idea what that is about. Let's see, this does. Margin top. Oh, that's for the actual globe. I see. Okay. Margin 8, margin 4. And then where's the globe? We don't need that. That just needs to be margin 4. And we're looking to this div, I believe. When your channel just becomes centering a div. Oh, the glories. The glories. Okay. Let's see. And really these should be all components and stuff. Again, I was just out in Colorado just building, you know, and sometimes that's good to do, and it's not a huge deal. It's like smaller stuff like this. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, it's probably wasn't the cleanest way to do this. And I certainly don't want to do that about the app experience. This is like the landing page. I think those are a little easier to build. But I do not want to do this when it comes to the real application. It's just really hard to maintain. So margin top 16, I actually don't know why this is doing that. It looks like I have some base wrappers in between, and I think that's to get this, yeah, this glowy deal. The base wrappers are what keep the content 1440. So I'm unsure. I'm unsure. Let's see, margin top 32, boom. Let's pop that one down a bit. I think that looks a little bit better. Not sure if it's fully centered or not, but it definitely looks a lot better. So let's see if we can drop that lower. It's not doing much either. Okay, we'll leave that. That's fine for now. I think those three are proper. Then, you know, one day I'll obviously need to clean that up as proper components, do all that fun stuff. So let me just double glance, make sure I'm not doing any weird margin bottom stuff. I know sometimes I can do that, but does not look like it. Does not look like it. Okay, awesome. So that'll work for now. I think that's a proper we're doing. Last thing, we just want to look at this footer situation. I have no idea why it's doing all this, all of that. Oh, but I think I've got a hunch to why. So we have this, and this is part of this, right? Yep, no scroll bars. Okay. So if we say overflow hidden, boom, there we go. Got it. Okay. So that fixed that problem. Again, I still do not like that subscribe deal. Okay, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. Okay, so just clean that up really quick, and then let's get into the application. I want to build a pricing page or just get into the application, one of the two. So I say scrape data, go ahead, boom, log into a Google account, use your federated identity, make it easy peasy for them. And then let's see. I vaguely remember I built a dashboard, and let's see. Yeah, here's the dashboard. Okay. So what this data scrapers needs to be is I want people to be able to select a location, you know, whether it's like a LinkedIn, a YouTube, or a Google or something. And then you could go there and scrape data, obviously a paid deal, because this will cost money to scrape the data on my end. But this needs to be a paid product in which people can actually scrape data, get emails if they want for marketing. And the tricky thing is it also needs to be for like a certain term. So the idea is like, I want to scrape data for, let's say if I'm an ice cream business and I want to go on Google and type in ice cream cone, and I want this to search like 1,000 accounts that have the word ice cream cone, things like that, and then scrape those accounts with that email, or scrape that account's email and like phone number, name, all that stuff, and then ultimately download it on a CSV, you know, so then people can literally see, you know, oh, here's who I need to market to. And it's really powerful in businesses, obviously. Now there's like legal things that we need to be very cautious and doing proper work about. Certain websites have like a robot.txt file, and where you can't scrape, it's like illegal to scrape, right? And then other places, they have, you know, no holds barred, go ahead and scrape all the data you want. So it just depends on a few things. But I think the biggest thing overall is having the ability to do it, and then making it valuable for people, obviously. So I don't know how to necessarily integrate the webhooks of Stripe yet. So let's go ahead and look at this webhooks Stripe. So maybe one thing I can kind of play with here is, this will be the selector maybe of like where you want to scrape. So maybe I'll have like a bunch of little tabs of like link, you know, Google and like YouTube. We'll start with like simple ones, right? And it may only ever be simple ones, right? But that way people can kind of Let's see, gap x4, and boom, class name. We need a little border on this guy. And we'll say padding 2. That's perfect. Something like this. Rounded to XL. That's too much rounding. Okay, boom. So this is what I'm thinking, right? Where it's something like this, where you can kind of select whether it's highlighted or not. So I'll say border. Can you do opacity for border? Let's see. Boom. Hover border, and we'll say border white. So yeah, that'll be pretty. That'll be pretty. Okay. And let me see, const, I need state here. So I'll say const is selected, or what should we say? Scraping location selected. Scraping location selected. Set scraping location. Yeah, that'll work. And then we'll say boom. On click, we want to set the scraping location to this. Now I also almost want to put these into a tab. So we'll have like scraping locations, or not a tab, excuse me, an array. And we'll say name, like LinkedIn, maybe it'd be location, I guess, LinkedIn, but either or, something that identifies the place here. And we'll probably need to build that out a little bit more. I don't imagine it's just going to be that simple. That would be pretty awesome if it was, but it's not. So let's see, scraping location. And let's put this out here. And boom, I will say return here, and boom. Sweet. So now we can render it out by just passing in new objects, right, of wherever we want. So, and it'll automatically make new buttons. So if we want, like, you know, Google, YouTube, whatever, we just pass it in here. And then finally, instead of hard coding LinkedIn and all these, we'll say scraping location, location, and that should show the string value that we have. So we have LinkedIn, Google, YouTube. What else do I want to pass in? I want to pass in set scraping location. This is not a function, forgive me. I want to set it to the scraping location dot location. So on click, oh, I guess I do need to do a callback. Declare it as string. Why is that? Oh, I see. Boom. Okay, so now we'll take this value here, and we will set the state based on if the scraping location is selected or not. So if the scraping location is selected, let's do this. Boom, boom. I will say border dash white, else border gray, boom. Okay, so now I can click one, right? Oh, I need scraping location is selected equals the scraping location dot location. So boom, now we can choose where we're scraping, right? Do I want to scrape at YouTube, Google, boom, LinkedIn, so on and so forth. And that way we have like a little button here. Let's see, scale, 90, transition, say all. That's cool. That is cool. Okay, so I also want to do text gray, probably 400, same as the border, I believe, unless it's being hovered or unless it's selected. So hover text white, and if it's selected, we want text white as well. So that should handle it. Let's see. Boom. So you can hover over it. It lets you know you're about to choose Google or YouTube. Perfect. Okay. So that should be good enough. I think the fundamentals are built out, and the idea is I want to be able to, right now I have it scraping npm, and it'll actually check how many downloads are for the npm package TypeScript. It'll actually go to npm's website and scrape. It should. Let's see what's happening to that. It should, oh, boom, right here. And it actually lets us know in live time how many downloads are on the npm TypeScript package. And that's data it just brought back to our website. So all I need to do on a small scale version now is link that up with this CSV, and then we need the paid webhook, and I think we'll be like pretty much meat and potatoes done outside of the hard work. But I do have a data analyst buddy so we got 43,513,000 so on and so forth. And that's what it brought back, 500. That's so awesome. Sweet. Okay, and then if I do another Shadcn, let's see if that's how you spell it, I think. Oh, I don't think that's the whole library. So let's do another. Let's do Axios. Might come back still with something, but let's do Axios. Fire that off, and let's see. Axios. 47,665,796. Let's see if it comes back. Oh, it does. It's already there. So it does work, at least for NPM. At least I've got fundamentals down. It's going to be a difference scraping LinkedIn and YouTube and Google. I think Google will be easier, but LinkedIn and YouTube, obviously we need accounts. And then Google, there's going to be a bunch of robo.txt files, multi-page scraping, a ton of stuff to handle there. But I got a good buddy to answer those questions. So we won't worry about those yet. Not the problem today. The problem today now is, let's see. The problem today now is going to be the webhook, just kind of setting up the SaaS product-y stuff. So we'll say select scraping location below, boom. I wonder if I could do like text, type of colors I got here. Primary, X1, let's see. Nice, all right. Oh, that's kind of cool. If I do opacity 50, boom. Sorry guys, I'm just a big guy on like things need to be pretty kind of, so because I feel like these need to be steps also, like easily walk people through. That's what some people mentioned about Team Syncers, like they wish there was a some sort of tutorial page that's a little bit more in line with what I have. Enter scraping term, enter term you want to scrape relevant. You want information relevant to, I guess. Relevant to. Boom. Okay. We'll roll with that. And then 3, let's see. Below, and 3, this is the recent history right here. 3, we want to download CSV, download CSV file. Download your scraped data via CSV file, boom. Okay, something like that where it like roughly lets people know your steps on what to do. Obviously I'll work on that. I don't think anything here is final, but where it's enough of a thing where, let's see, boom, nice. This data scraper looks like it's got some margin bottom stuff going on, or the base add card I think does. So we'll do that, but that's again not a huge deal. It's just vaguely giving people a 1, 2, 3 step of what you need to do, and then we will let's work on the Stripe and Axios thing right now. Or I could wrap up this episode and then do the Stripe Axios, or not Stripe Axios, the Stripe webhook on the next episode. Might be convenient. Let me poke around and see how hard this is. But basically we need we're gonna need to know what our user is, right? So we need a user button from Clerk. I love Clerk, by the way. I was using Next.js last night. I gotta say, Clerk, huge W on that. Clerk is proper. Clerk is proper. I will put it that way. Very impressed, especially after using other things. So, all right, let's see. So I got my button. My gosh, what's the user button right here? Let's see if it pulls through. Should have a little logged in user button, right? Let's put it up here. Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. Oh, that's cool how the text kind of do that. Didn't realize. Oh, there it is. Okay. So basically we're gonna need to manage this somehow. From here, we're gonna need to manage Clerk, the Stripe webhook, I think from Clerk, or some of the project management system have a users table where we copy the ID of the users from Clerk with the users bridge, and then we can manage all the user IDs and see who's valid to to the premium version of the application or not. I think there's multiple ways to do this, but let me see how to integrate Stripe webhook with Clerk. Let's see if there's just authenticating your Stripe customers with Clerk. There's a 60-minute tutorial on that. Let's see, refactoring Stripe's API for front-end access. So yeah, guys, I might wrap this up then and do the due diligence I need to do to figure this out. Yeah, I think so. But still a fruitful episode. You guys got to see some behind the scenes of what's coming down the barrel. I do wish I had some of this built out on Code Chronicles, because it was really fun building some of this stuff. So, but again, this is going to be actually a really useful SaaS product, and this is something that hopefully affordable for data scraping, right? On $29 a month, $80 a month, something like that, where it's not too pricey. But again, these are tools that I personally use. So the fact that I'm building them is again just because, yeah, I use them. I want a better project management system. I want a better data scraper. So I'm just going to go ahead and build them. So that works. I will do some research on this and do the due diligence that I need to do on my part. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. 10,000 views. That is unbelievable to me. I literally remember setting up the very first goals of like 100 views, 250 views, 500 views, 1,000 views, and now that we've surpassed all of those and cruising right along, I am so grateful. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And anybody who's stuck through on all this stuff, I really appreciate it. I'm learning as we go. I'm building it as I fly it. So figuring it out and gonna keep trying to do my best. Cheers. I will catch you on the next one.